Hello, my name is Sophie Roehl. I am 14 years old and I am a junior in the Caroline County Triple Crown Equine Club. Today, I'm going to be giving a presentation on reining. I chose this topic because both my horse and I are in training for reining, and it is my goal to compete in the freestyle reining at the State 4-H Horse Show this year and at the Quarter Horse Congress the next.
Nice.
Throughout this presentation, I will talk about various contents within the basics of reining, including learning to rein, in addition to my training experience, the tack and equipment necessary for reining, reining maneuvers, and a deeper look into the differences and similarities between classic reining and freestyle reining. Learning to rein. What is reining? Reining is a sport that mimics the skills of a ranch horse through a precise pattern and impressive maneuvers, while freestyle reining is a chosen pattern choreographed to music with a greater opportunity for creativity. Why should you learn to rein? Not only will learning to rein teach you how to perform cool stunts with your horse, but it also sets the base for other Western maneuvers, build your horse's responsiveness to subtle cues and commands, and it strengthens the bond between the horse and the rider with trust. How can you learn to rein? Depending on where you live, it may be easy or hard to find someone near you willing to help. To begin your search, you should first contact the National Reining Horse Association, or NRHA, for training sources, or find an independent reining trainer. Next, you should schedule a lesson, and if you plan on having your horse professionally trained, like I did with my horse, Bullet, then you should try to find a trustworthy boarding facility that you can visit at least every few weeks. In my situation, I was granted a great opportunity. And to have Bullet trained by his sire's owner required us to travel 6 hours to South Carolina. Because of this, I can only visit him once a month for a single weekend, but it is still really impressive to see how much we both have grown with training. Like many other competitive disciplines in horseback riding, reining has common tack and equipment like saddles and bridles. Though slightly different features can make a big difference in both the horse and the rider's performance in reining events. Reining saddles, unlike others, have a lower horn and pommel for easier rein guidance, a flat seat which allows for wider hip mobility, and a fitted skirt that allows for better leg contact. All of these components enhance rider-to-horse communication, which is necessary for a smooth run. A thick and sturdy saddle pad is important to protect the horse's back and cushion the saddle. It also absorbs the movement of a horse and can be plain, while the saddle blanket's main purpose is to improve your appearance with unique colors and designs. This is also where you'll pin your number as shown in this photo. The bridle is a vital piece of equipment, as it is one of the main components that allows a rider to guide their horse through patterns and maneuvers while reining. The curb chain, also known as a curb strap, connects to the bit of the bridle. It rests in the groove of a horse's chin and helps to keep the bit in place, reinforcing the bit's position and alleviating pressure from the roof of the horse's mouth. The bit is also an important piece of tack that connects the headstall to the reins. The bit allows the rider to give precise cues and commands by tugging or pulling on the connected reins. This is why it is important to know what can and cannot be used in the show ring. Illegal bits may obtain qualities like prongs, a port higher than 3.5 inches, a snaffle that is not single, smooth, or center jointed, or a snaffle that is too narrow with too small of rings. It is also important to know that bits are not a necessity in reining, and bitless bridles like a hackamore and a moselle are allowed unless stated otherwise. Headstalls used in reining are based off of Western style headstalls and can be either single or double ear crown, depending on your preference and the fit of the crown on your horse's ears. Here is an example of a single ear and a double ear crown, and here are some examples of what bits and curb chains can be used in reining. Siding plates are a key factor in the completion of a proper siding stop. They are situated on a horse's hind legs and ease a hard stop by making them slide instead. Sliding plates are also used by other Western disciplines as they can ease a hard impact and can be used for up to 5 to 10 years, depending on the lasting quality and condition. Skid boots cover and protect fetlocks from scrapes, cuts, and burns acquired from spinning, stopping, or backing, or other maneuvers in which a horse may lean back onto its fetlocks. In this photo, my trainer, Andre, is teaching me how to put skid boots onto the lesson horse, Walkie, before I attempt rollbacks and a sliding stop. Pull wraps are useful in many ways. When a horse's front legs are exposed to a large amount of contact from the ground and even their own legs, pull wraps are a great way to stabilize their tendons and ligaments, protect their legs from sharp hooves and horseshoes, and prevent irritation from arena footing. In this photo, I'm wrapping Walkie's leg wraps for the first time, and although they are definitely not perfect and slightly uneven, I will only get better over time. The circle is definitely a maneuver that tests your control and your horse's willingness to be guided. Larger circles take up half of the ring and are usually extended, while smaller circles are half of the largest circles and are a slow lope. It is important that when doing your circles, you make sure they are even and end at the very center of the arena. These changes in speed and constant calculations are what make a simple maneuver not so easy, but acing your circles could give you a great advantage in the show ring. The spin is a classic maneuver in Western riding. Reining spins focus on propulsion and speed, but they should also be very precise. During the spin, the horse crosses its front legs to pull itself around either left or right, and depending on which way it is going, it should have at least one stationary hind leg to keep it from drifting away from the center of the arena. To set Walkie up for the spin, I first gave him a cue to center and lower his head before reaching my hand forward, opening up my inside leg, and reining him to the left. In this video, you should be able to see Walkie focusing on keeping his hind left foot on the ground in order to stay centered. The sliding stop is a popular maneuver that solely belongs to reining, though in an actual pattern, it is not directly mentioned, but it is the implied maneuver of any abrupt stop from the lope. It usually occurs past the second or third cone once the rider has rolled their hips back into the seat and the horse has built up to its maximum speed. Despite having no problem fixing my position in other maneuvers, this was the one that I feared. To fix this, my trainer, Andre, told me to sit back and deep into my saddle for the entire run, build up to the fastest speed I could, and give Walkie the cue by throwing my legs forward once I was ready. After a few more attempts with this advice, and after a few more attempts, I was finally able to sit my first sliding stop during my second lesson, and this video shows that moment. In general, rollbacks are a great way to teach your horse how to quickly respond to neck reining and precise cues. In a pattern, a horse must run to or past a certain marker, halt, pivot 180 degrees over its hocks, and lope back off in one smooth motion. The pictures above are examples of rollbacks in AQHA patterns 11 and 14. The fly and lead change is a difficult maneuver that both the horse and the rider have to understand in order to make a smooth switch from one lead to the other. In a reining pattern, they take place between circles or in the center of a figure 8 when the direction is being changed, and are expected to occur within one stride with both the front and the back leg switching leads at the same time. This is an older photo of my brother performing a lead change from left to right with his pony Pal. To cue Pal to lead change, he first puts his right leg onto Pal's side and clearly switches to his left, making sure that his right leg makes no contact with Pal's side after the transition. In classic reining, you have to perform one of 20 AQHA approved patterns set for that specific class. While in freestyle reining, you can make up your own pattern, and it's only limited to at least 4 spins to the left, 4 spins to the right, 1 lead change from right to left, 1 lead change from left to right, and 3 total stops. It is also important to note that additional and non-classical reining maneuvers like side passes or other tricks are appropriate and can be added to your pattern. An example of this is Fred Wynn, a handicapped athlete who won the 2019 freestyle reining non-pro at the Congress after choosing and performing additional complicated maneuvers and tricks. This is an image of Fred competing in pair reining, and this is an image of him bowing with his horse Friday night sailing during his freestyle run. Reining, just like other riding disciplines, has a set attire for what is appropriate for the class. Cowboy hats are a popular feature in Western apparel, and different Western disciplines have developed different styles and forms. For reining, sharper creases in a hat are more common, but if you prefer a little more safety, then you can wear any sort of helmet without penalty. You may also recognize Western riding for its beautiful and shiny tops, but in reining, those bright colors and shine that stand out are not necessary, and you should instead wear a more pastel or plain long sleeve shirt or jacket that complements the horse. Similarly, you should wear a solid color blue jeans and with or without chaps, and you can also complement that look with a belt if you'd like. In freestyle reining, you can wear whatever you like, and as long as it does not obstruct the judge's view of your horse, you can add any costumes or props that you want. Here an example of appropriate classic reining and freestyle reining attire. Judging. Even though all reining scores range from a 0 to infinity and average is 70, classic reining and freestyle reining can add or deduct points from completely different factors. In classic reining, there is at least one NRHA-approved judge rating your class. In this class, it is important to focus on attitude and finesse. You can prepare for this by riding your horse with loose reins in order to train them how to willingly and quickly respond to subtle cues. In freestyle reining, you have at least 2 NRHA-approved judges judging your class. This is because the elements of a freestyle reining pattern range widely. Not only will you have to focus on attitude and finesse in this class, but your score will either increase or decrease due to your artistic impression on the crowd and the judge, your choreography and how well it aligns with the music, the originality of your pattern and concept, and how you present it. In 2006, Stacy Westfall, a professional reining trainer, and her horse Roxy won the All-American Quarter Horse Championship in freestyle reining with a score of 239, the highest score recorded. This means that her bareback and bridleless run scored her 169 points over the average score of 70. This is a photo of Stacy competing in classic reining, and this is a photo of her viral freestyle run. Prohibitions. Prohibitions that result in no score or a score of 0 in classic reining include the use of whips along with props, the use of closed reins, the use of 2 hands, and the failure to complete all maneuvers in the given pattern. In freestyle reining, which has a lot more freedom, prohibits a fall to the ground by horse or rider due to a malfunction, or especially when your billet strap fails, as shown in these photos, an unplanned bolt that may delay the pattern, exceeding the set time limit, or failure to complete all maneuvers required. Throughout this presentation, I covered various contents within the basics of reining, including the process of learning to rein, the tech and equipment necessary for reining, reining maneuvers, and a deeper look into the differences and similarities between classic reining and freestyle reining. My sources are listed here for your reference. This concludes my presentation. Thank you. Are there any questions?